One of the challenges with trying to take my shop off grid, or at least part of the shop off grid, so that I can save a bunch of energy, is that I use a heat pump to keep my shop warm in the wintertime. And I cannot afford one of those big, expensive inverters or all-in-one inverter systems right now, let alone the batteries it would require to run that heat pump. So that's been a bit of a challenge for me. So I've been thinking about how can I keep my shop warm without the expense of that big heat pump. And I decided to try out a diesel heater. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to tear into a diesel heater, get it all set up, and then run it to see how well it does keeping the shop warm for me. What I've got here today is the BougeRV Portable Diesel Heater. In the wintertime, I can see my power bill go up $100 a month when I'm keeping the shop even just reasonably warm. And lots of tricks. Remote. First impressions, folks. Well, this thing is made out of metal. Looks like stainless. And one of the things I noticed right away is there is a gauge on the diesel tank. 5-liter diesel tank, so that's about 1.5 to 1 3/4 gallons. Thin but insulated screw-on exhaust. Comes with an XT62 battery terminal. Also comes with an XT60 to a 12-volt cigarette style port. That's nice. It's pretty straightforward so far. Muffler. It's going to be hot. I think so, right? I don't really need the hot surface warnings, honestly. We've got an AC adapter for 120 volts. Let's put this thing together, folks. We don't need to look at the book, right? Pretty straightforward installation so far. I think the idea of the way they had it bent was so that it would go outside and exhaust. Look how stiff that needs to go. That should work. It'll point down. Put the muffler on. Now I've been told that some of these mufflers have a hole in the bottom of them. This one does not, so it's a good idea to have it pointed down. Now I would imagine that this here would be best put in a hole through the wall and have this outside. So far, pretty straightforward. I just need to put some diesel in it and get it running, I guess. Alright, there we go. I mean, there's really nothing to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up in my shop door so that the heat comes through the door. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some diesel in it, get it fired up, see how well it works, and then we're going to try to warm up the shop with it. One thing you can do to save a little bit of money is buy farm diesel. As long as you don't run it in your vehicle on the road. I buy farm diesel from my tractor and it saves me about 50 cents per gallon. That should be good. And of course, you know, get some diesel on the top of it. Let's see what we got here. We got power. Push the right button, it comes on. On the left-hand side, it says 5,000 watts in the numbers. Above that, it says fuel pump and air blower with a little air fan symbol. Do not disconnect the power supply arbitrarily while the heater is running, as this may damage the diesel heater. I got air blowing out, heater exhaust. Pump's picking up. Oh, I hear it firing up, folks. I smell the diesel. We've definitely got some exhaust coming out. I don't see any. It's very clean burning so far. Usually you get some smoke coming out, but it's running good. I can hear it running hard. Sounds like a jet engine. Just a tiny bit of smoke coming out, folks. Just a tiny bit. Turned it a little bit just to try and make sure we don't get the exhaust fumes coming in the inlet. And that'll be an interesting thing because with the wind around here, I'm gonna have to make sure that it doesn't do that. But I don't think it'll be a big issue. I'm gonna let this run for a little bit just to burn it in, and then I'm gonna try to figure out how to set it up so that it can provide some heat into my shop. All right, the exhaust is really cranking out here, folks. You can hear it pretty well. Now, one thing I thought I would mention is that I'm looking here, and I think that I could actually cut a board that would fit all the way across here, that the heat pipe could just run through. And then all I've got to do is set something up so that it aims upwards. And I think that's going to work. But I'm now showing that my output is 98. There's 101. That's a 10 gauge cable, so it should be perfectly fine. All right, got a couple more blocks of wood in there. Not great, but you know what? I can feel the air 2 to 3 feet above the outlet there. Eventually I could run it off of my off-grid power. That's the plan. Yeah, we're getting heat, warm air, 4 feet at least above that. I can actually feel it about 5 or 6 feet above it. So where I'm standing right now, I've got heat coming up. It's still not real hot yet because it's just fired up. I had the shop at 65 degrees. I've turned off the temporary heat setting, and so you can see right here it's at 45. It's currently at 65 degrees. Well, there you go, folks. 70 degrees in here. I'm getting a lot of heat right at the entrance to the shop, and that is actually where you lose most of your heat, so it's good to have a heat source over there. Now, to heat my shop, which is 900 square feet, the calculators say you need anything from about 18,000 BTUs to about 24,000 BTUs. However, because I have the heat pump, it keeps my shop at 45 degrees all the time. I have it set at 45 so that nothing freezes, and I get enough solar heating that by the time the morning rolls around, it's usually about 50 to 52 degrees, especially if I was in here working and had it up to 65. So being that this is about a 17,000 BTU unit, or it's 5 kilowatts, and the calculators tell me just over 17,000 BTUs, it's very close to the minimum of what I need to heat the shop. I think that this may be a good option. Now again, this is a 900 square foot shop, so it would probably work better in a smaller space, you know, something in the 750 square foot range. And what I normally do is I come out here in the morning and I turn the heat up to 65, and then I go and I work on my computer for a couple hours before I come down here and, well, make a video for you or work in the shop. So I think that this could be a very good option. I'm going to let it run and test it for a while longer, but knowing now that it's right near the minimum to heat this shop up all by itself, I'm quite certain that it's going to work very well for this. All in all, I'm impressed with it. The app works very well. I thought that was really nice. It's super simple. It does use about 50 watts when it's running full throttle after the initial warm-up period, where it uses about 100 watts. Take a look at it, check it out, let me know what you think. Meanwhile, folks, I'm going to go ahead and drop another video right over here for you to check out. Thanks for watching, and thanks to all my members for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. The old Jarhead out.